Greetings, y'all. We made it. We made it to the 7th day of Kwanza, Imani with the Ankh symbol. What? Yes. We're going to talk about Sojourner truths. We're going to talk about the Nile River. But before that, we're going to get into our usual altar ceremony. We're going to light the candles. We're going to light all 7 candles. Let's do it. The black candle for Imani. Black is for the people. Red is for the sacrifice. Or as someone mentioned in the comments to me yesterday, and they're so right, red is also, yes, the blood, the sacrifice. Green, the land, the harvest, us overcoming the sacrifice. Okay? So, let's get into it. I have so much I want to say, but, your girl is a little tired from the festivities and cooking and just all the things that come with family life a little bit. But just really honored to be here today with you all. Really honored that we got through the 7 days. Of course, we have the Unity Cup. I will put my intentions and love into the Unity Cup, pass it around to everyone for them to put their intentions and love into the Unity Cup. By now, I would, of course, just ask my elder out of respect if I have permission to speak. But by now, on the 7th day, I would think that I do. But still, ask permission, right? And my elder would say yes or no. If my elder says yes, of course, I would do everything that I just did now, and we can commence the libation ceremony. So let's definitely give libations to Sojourner Truth. Ashe to her. To Harriet Tubman, Ashe to her. Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Ashe. Because of assimilation, the natives, the indigenous people in Virginia, they took some of the children out of their homes and put them into a boarding school, which was Hampton Institute, which is now Hampton University. The gravesite at the university was filled with, 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 12-year-olds of indigenous children who starved themselves or unfortunately committed suicide, or they just didn't make it because they were taken out of their homes. And at Hampton Institute, they were supposed to be assimilated into, I want to say white culture, but maybe the proper term is American culture. Maybe the proper term is European culture. I don't know. But unfortunately they didn't make it. So ashe to all those children in that gravesite in Virginia. And man, I do hope someone's watching this, or that someone just gets the download to treat that gravesite with a little more care and respect, because unfortunately, since I went to the university and I graduated in 2017, it looks uncared for, and it's really sad. So I shaded them, and I shade to anyone else who has been in that situation where they're taken out of their home and taken out of their culture. Yeah, libations to anyone else, or any other ancestors out there who have been taken out of their home, taken out of their culture, forced to assimilate into a whole other culture. That is just absolutely, that's wild. And anyone who has died because of that heartbreak or that loss, I shame them. Let's go ahead into our African geographical fact and also talk about Sojourner Truth. Greetings, y'all. Let's talk about the famous Nile River. Now, did you know that the Nile River flows through 11 countries in Africa? It is the longest river in Africa and one of the longest in the world. It's famous for giving life force, energy, water, source to one of the most famous ancient civilizations, Egypt. We've got myths on the Nile, we got legends on the Nile, and even today it is a water source for many. So just some quick facts on the Nile River. Tell me what you think below. I'll see you guys in the next African Geographical Fact. So let's get into Sojourner Truth. Before, I'm going to read an excerpt from genderontheballot.org. And before I read the excerpt, I want to talk a little bit about what I just read. I did not know Sojourner Truth was the first Black person. I think maybe the first Black woman to win a lawsuit against a white man. Okay? I did not know that she had 13 children. I did not know that most of her children were sold off into slavery. Did not realize that she was well past her 80s, fighting for our rights, fighting for freedom. Didn't know she could not read. And yet, even though, can you imagine you can't read, but you win a lawsuit against a white man, and you were born in the 1790s? Slavery wasn't emancipated until the 1860s. So to be born in the 1790s, and to see all that in your lifetime, slavery being emancipated, you went in a lawsuit against a former plantation owner, being enslaved for 40 years, the violence, the cruelty, just the evil, right? Just evil. And then 40 years of freedom, but still seeing evil. Let's keep it real. To being able to fight for women to vote, being able to fight for women to have equal rights as men, that's an incredible life to, I don't want to say an incredible life to live. It was obviously a harsh life to live, but what an incredible journey. And I'm trying not to get into my tarot like downloads and stuff, but I just know her story is gonna touch hearts, right? So yes, let's get into what I feel she will want us to know, right? Okay. So the abolitionist Sojourner Truth delivered her famous speech, "Ain't I a Woman?" to the crowd of the Ohio Women's Rights Convention. She was born into slavery as Isabella Baumfree in roughly 1797 in the state of New York. Going all through this in the state of New York. Okay. And Truth spent the first part of her life enslaved, forced to do physical labor, and subjected to cruel and violent treatment. In 1826, she escaped to freedom with her infant daughter with the help of a nearby abolitionist family. When the man who enslaved her tried to illegally sell her son, Truth sued him, becoming the first Black woman in the United States to successfully win a lawsuit against a white man. While fighting this legal battle, it is said that Truth underwent a spiritual awakening. In 1843, she asserted that the Spirit called on her to preach the truth, and she began using the name Sojourner Truth. She began to travel preaching about abolition, which is freedom, which is, freeing the slaves. That's what it means to be an abolitionist. While traveling, she met and began to work with the famous abolitionists William Lloyd Garrison, Frederick Douglass, who encouraged her to speak more widely on anti-slavery. With the help of Garrison, she then went on to publish her memoir in 1850, The Narrative of Sojourner Truth, a Northern Slave. Wow, a Northern slave. And how many times they try to pull the narrative on us that the North didn't have slavery. That's not true, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shout out the speech. Okay? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could heed me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Man, that sent chills down my body, y'all. It's sad, it's touching, it's real. So continue to speak your truth out there, y'all. Just as Sojourner Truth did. Speak out about as many topics as you can. That is your First Amendment right. If you're here in America, your First Amendment right is freedom of speech. Speak out as much as you can. Yes, it's going to make people feel, y'all got my Southern coming out. It's going to make people feel uncomfortable, but that's all right. That's all right, because the truth will prevail. Let me chill. Let me chill. Let me chill. Anyway, the truth will prevail, y'all. Okay, so as Sojourner Truth also said in one of her quotes, right? So yes, yes, in the legacy of Sojourner Truth, I hope that gave you some empowerment, some life force rejuvenation, and some tenacity to go after your truth in life. All right, y'all. Peace, blessings. Thank you so much again for joining me in this beautiful Kwanza celebration where we celebrate Africa, we celebrate our heritage, we celebrate Black. You know what? I don't even like saying Black America. We celebrate our melanated brothers and sisters, our melanated ancestors, okay? Because America will try to take you and pull you under the rug and strip you of your heritage, strip you of your culture, strip you of your identity, so you could be another number, so you could be just, working for Uncle Sam. That's the thing about learning our history. It's going to give us treasures and knowledge and wisdom so that we can continue and use it on our journey here, right? So when we act like none of that matters, we let go of our inheritance, we let go of our treasure, we let go of a lot of things that could help us right here and right now. Why? Why get it out the mud when your ancestors are trying to give you they're trying to lift you up. They trying to, anyway. Definitely check out the Haitian Independence Day video if you haven't already. Happy Independence Day. Happy Freedom Day. Happy Imani. Okay? Enjoy your feast. Enjoy your New Year's if you celebrate New Year's. Bisous. Kisses. Blessings to all y'all. Sending y'all love. Sending y'all love. Okay. Bye.